what you want your team to do on the road, obviously.
Parker won't get the second one. Giddens and Toppert fight themselves for the rebound. Giddens gets it to Toppert. Back to JR. Long two is good.
Well, he's just playing lights out right now. Great pass by Toppert, getting himself under control, actually looking back over his shoulder to find Giddens. And you know a guy's shooting it good when he holds that follow through, just like Giddens did there all the way until it hits the rim.
Crowd climbs into it and forces TCU into a travel and a turnover.
Watch this pass here, almost behind him, from Toppert to Giddens, and watch the way Giddens holds that follow through all the way till it hits the rim. Again, you know a guy's shooting it well when he stays in his shot like
off the front of the iron. The drought continues.
Boy, just can't buy one. Had a couple great looks there, even though they were hurried. I thought Hackett had a good look. Eby had a good look. Just can't make one go in.
First basket tonight for Chad Toppert. First time he's been able to get a shot off.
That's his, as you say, first shot there. And that shows you the great balance of this Lobo team. Now up by 22. Atmosphere that will be, not to be upstaged by the atmosphere next Wednesday when Utah goes to play at BYU.
Ooh. Giddens, another one. There are some venues, some arenas that when the teams are performing like the fans.
That is, as my old boss Rick Majerus used to say, an affair of the heart, and he's showing a lot of heart here.
The most accurate three-point shooter in the history of Lobo basketball is Chad Toppert. He's 1 for 1 tonight. New Mexico by 17. Toppert, Giddens. Plenty of time to look at it, and he rattles it home. In the game for the Utes. Well defended by New Mexico. Martinez pulls one out, 3-on-1. Jamal Smith with the finish and a foul. Lawrence Bora gets ticketed with the blocking foul.
And Jamal Smith has done a nice job for New Mexico off the bench. How nice is that for Steve Alford? And you see him running the floor and finishing here.
Toppert open, long range, got it. He drains the three, the most accurate three-point shooter in the history of Lobo basketball.
And it's fun to watch Chad Toppert move without the basketball. He is moving to get open to shoot the basketball. That's what he's trying to do. He knows that his team is looking for him to do what he just did. Comes off the screen, gets to the corner, and catches that ball with a mindset, hey, this is going up and it's going down.
Prentice trying to stay in the hip pocket of Johnny Bryant. Brown, and they're going to get Smith for another reach-in. Foul on Jamal Smith, his second.
So watch Toppert. He came all the way from the left corner, ran the baseline off of 2 screens, caught the basketball, and Tilly was not in a bad position. He was closing, but Toppert doesn't need a lot of room to get it off. And he is a player shooting with tremendous confidence right now. The floor, it has been a great battle between Luka Durcha and Chad Toppert.
Prentice likes the rims here in the Huntsman Center.
Prentice averaging 7.6 points a game.
Lobos cut it to 4. Brown able to drive, kick to the corner, and it'll be an offensive foul on the freshman Carlin Brown.
And New Mexico running guys off of screens. You see the ball coming from the right side. The last 2 open shots, jump shots we've seen from New Mexico have been good ball movement. Guys moving without the ball, running off of screens.
Toppert, open look, drains it. And when Steve Alford was frustrated at the start of this game with this Lobo team, this line coming from the bench was move the ball, and indeed they have, and they've moved to within 1 of Utah.
Well, and New Mexico Mexico, when Giddens is on the floor, they run a lot of things for Chad Toppert. They run him off of screens. Look at him work him. See him coming off that screen right on the right side of the lane, working hard without the ball, rubbing his guy close off the screen, and then he catches with the intent to shoot. Well, just so it doesn't matter what building he's in now either. It's not just at home that he's shooting it with a real comfortable stroke, but it's on the road as well. And that's one of the big differences between this year's New Mexico team and teams the last couple years. This New Mexico team is playing well on the road.
2 for 2, 6 points. A true team, and it's added up to 21 wins.
And early in the year, Rich, it was almost too much team.
We were first, and I have dated proof of tapes. Tilly to the corner. Dirtcha for 3, wide open look, too strong. Tilly has it batted away by Toppert. Good rebound by Chad Toppert.
Well, we talked about those role players, that explosive bench coming all into the game and dinging them. And there you see Chad Toppert get going. He had 2 threes in the first half. Prentice coming off the bench, hitting, and Toppert again for his second one, and then a great pass out by Martinez to Darius Gary. And you know, again, we talked about Steve Alford, what he's done to this team. He has created such an explosive bench. That 6th, 7th, and 8th guy, they are shooting it.
Fade away, too strong. Toppert rebounds. 8 lead changes.
2 for New Mexico, 3 for Utah, and Utah now in the bonus. New Mexico on the next foul will be in the bonus. Possession arrow in favor of Utah, and as is usual, when these two teams get together, this one is going to come right down to the wire. I would not be surprised at all if we end up with another overtime game.
8 ties, 11 lead changes. Toppert.
Oh, and a design play out of the timeout. And if you got to keep track of that guy coming off a screen on an out-of-bounds play. Beautifully executed.
57's Dirtcha.
Out of the timeout, design play for Toppert. Look at the screen by Smith, the screen by Ferris. Toppert wide open, and he nails the three.
It's just huge. To go on a road trip at Air Force, at Utah. We hadn't won at Air Force in 7 years, haven't won here in 17 years. So this is a heck of a performance for our guys. It was gutty. I thought both teams played hard, and we've lived and died by that 3 all year, and lived mostly, and we made some really key threes in the last 5 minutes.
You called that timeout, and you drew up the play for Chad Toppert to get the ball in the corner, and he executed perfectly, knocks it down, but you follow it up with 2 more threes. Talk about the mindset coming out of that timeout and what you thought you had to do.
Well, we do a very good job out of timeouts. Coach Neal's our O coordinator. He did a heck of a job getting us lined up, and then players got to go out and execute. And we executed the screen perfectly, the pass perfectly, and then Top does what he does. He knocks down threes.
Well, and to win on the road when you're leading by a slim margin, your seniors have to step up. Guys have to make free throws. And your senior stepped up to the line and did a great job.
Straight threes to kind of break the game open. Toppert with the first one, and then I think Giddens after that. Actually, that was Prentice, and then Toppert again. That was actually from the first half. They did that, but the second half they hit 3 threes again in a row. None bigger than when Chad Toppert came off of that inline out-of-bounds play and hit one in the corner. Here's Giddens where Sean Green doesn't get a hand up quick enough, but where they're so dangerous, it's just not 1 or 2 guys who can make it go in. They have 5 guys who shoot over 35% from the 3-point